Now let's go to Titus. Who was Titus? Titus was a Roman general from what? 66 AD. So now this is after Christ.
Right.
So I'll give you that. So Jesus dies around 33. And Titus comes 30 years later. So he was a very strong general. He did have very Antichrist type charisma to him, if you will. He never really lost a battle, I don't think. I don't think Titus even lost a battle. Anyway, he was so good that after the events of 70 AD, he becomes emperor. That's how good this guy was. And he was one of the few Roman emperors to die a natural death. Most emperors were either assassinated, poisoned, and so on. But I grant you, like I said, he's post-Jesus. Yes, Titus eventually destroyed the temple after besieging the city for what was almost a year. He wiped out a lot of Jews, the Holocaust of that day, which is, some historians place it at 1 million Jews. I think that's overestimating the numbers. But anyway, he pretty much wiped out the whole deal. So he's after Jesus. He did destroy the temple, but there are a lot of holes with Titus, and I got some points here. If you look at Daniel 7:11, now it's traditionally agreed that the horn, the beast there, is the Antichrist figure. Okay, so obviously Titus did not meet this end. So the beast and his empire, says that verse, were destroyed. But guess what? The Roman Empire not only continued, but thrived under Titus. And other rulers, under Trajan, another emperor, 30 years after Titus, the empire got to its biggest size. It took over most of Babylon, ancient Persia, and so on. So anyway, the point is it thrived. Nothing came to an end. Another point, if you look at Daniel 9, 26 and 27, which we read, the prince comes, Antichrist figure is killed. Again, I just said Titus was not killed. He actually was one of the few to die a natural death. So he was not cut off. He did not meet his end like a flood, which is a metaphor for speedily, for quickly. None of that happened. Look at verse 26. Titus did not desecrate the holy place. So what does that mean, by the way, desecrate the holy place? Where Antiochus was thought to be that because he got so mad by the Jewish rebellion that was going on, the revolt against his state, that he is said to have put a statue of Zeus, the Greek god Zeus or Zeus, in the holy place, and that desecrated it. But Titus didn't even do that. Titus just destroyed the whole thing. So that's not a desecration. That's just a destruction. And Titus never, as far as the records show, never placed himself as God or a God or whatever God. You know, like Caligula. I don't know if you know the story about Caligula. He was emperor before Titus. He went a little bit, not that they were in all cycles probably, but, and he started putting up statues of himself as gods. And actually, in the Roman state, in the Roman Empire, there was this rule, which was interesting, that living emperors could not erect statues of themselves as gods until they died. Although they were pagan, they couldn't call themselves God while they were still alive. Look at verse 27 there, Daniel. Titus besieged the city for months. But again, no comment. You know, Titus didn't come and try to mediator, nothing. The guy, Rome said, go, destroy these people, they're stubborn. That's it. He just went and raised it. And then look at, we just read it, 1145. His end obviously came much later. So those are just some of the reasons